My name is Max, and if you're new to my channel, I've been building my Toyota Sequoia into an adventure vehicle for camping, travel, and off-road adventures. In addition to the Sequoia, I also recently started a van build. And as excited as I am to get the van build complete, the truth is it's a lot of work, both physically and mentally. In order to avoid getting burnt out, I'm trying to find a balance between working on the van while still also having time for outdoor adventures with my Sequoia. Well, today we are back in the Sequoia and we're heading out for a solo camping trip to an unreal viewpoint. I hope you guys enjoyed today's truck camping adventure, but before we get started on this one, I have got to say goodbye. Right now, I am still at home, and before we leave today, I have got to say goodbye to my brother Owen. He is heading out on a 3 or 4 week trip?
About 3 weeks, 3 week
Three
adventure.
weeks trips, and tell them where you're going.
So I'm headed off to Australia and New Zealand. It's gonna be a crazy adventure for me. It's my first time solo traveling. About a week in Australia and 2 weeks in New Zealand, so it's gonna be quite the adventure. I'm looking forward to it, and pretty cool. We're both heading off at the same time here and our own adventures. And
very cool. All right, bring it in.
all right.
Have so much fun.
Yeah, you too.
When I first started this YouTube channel, one of the very first things we did was install a turbo kit on my brother's BRZ. If you scroll way back, you can find those videos on there. But this is the same car. A couple years later, still running, still driving. Awesome little sports car. Very different than the Sequoia and the van I have behind me.
All right.
Going to Australia!
Hope I got everything.
Hope you got everything. Everyone say bye, Owen.
See you guys.
See ya. We got about an hour and a half drive here today. I honestly don't have a great idea of where I'm even going tonight, but I found a trail that looks pretty cool on Onyx Off-Road, so we're gonna head there and just go explore. Well, there is the road. We just gotta wait for these trucks. Make sure it's clear and go. All right, we made it to the trailhead. Let's take a quick look around. There's a gorgeous little creek here right at the start of the trail, and the plan is to head up, see if we can find a viewpoint. But if that doesn't work out, at least now we know we can come back here and should be able to camp here down by the creek for the night. We're gonna start making our way up the trail, goal for the night, see if we can find an awesome viewpoint. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in trying to find the perfect camp spot beforehand, but when you get out on trails like this, one road leads to many others. These trail systems out here in Oregon are massive, and I still think that one of the best ways to find dispersed camping spots is to find a general area first and then just go out and explore. Go down trails, go explore different roads, and usually that is how you find the best spots. Holy moly, check out that view. Wowza. I get so many questions about how I find spots with these amazing views. This is just along the side of the road here now. I wish I had a better answer for you guys, but it really is just going out and exploring. And if you drive down and explore enough trails, eventually you'll find some pretty epic spots. Let's keep going, see if we can find a spot to camp. Well, here is option one, and I think it's pretty safe to say this would be quite an epic camp spot for the night. As amazing as this spot is, the trail keeps going just a little bit farther, and since we've made it this far, let's go up to the top. The only reason I'm still driving when the trail looks like this is because of Onyx Off-Road. I know I talk about it a lot on my channel, but looking at Onyx, it seems like there's a clearing up here, and that's the only reason I'm continuing down this trail.
And he is waiting fast to set his own trap too.
All right, well, we made it up here to the top of this mountain. Super pretty up here, but I actually think there's a better view down lower where we stopped on the way up. Don't get me wrong, it's still an awesome view, but it's a little bit harder to see with all of these bushes here. Lots of shrubs and lots of trees up here. So as cool as this spot is, I think I like the view at the lower spot just a little bit better. And that's the only way I found that out, was by coming up here and exploring. I saved this location on Onyx, and now I have it for the future. But I think we're gonna head back down the trail and get set up at that lower spot. Fingers crossed no one else is there. I'm fine with little tree branches scraping the side of the Sequoia, but I think this rock might hurt a little bit more. So let's not hit this. This is definitely gonna be our spot. I don't know how you could get better than this. I just found what I think might be one of the best pondering spots. If you don't know what pondering spots are, they are a spot for pondering. Pondering spot. Let me show you guys where it is. Guys, I can't even believe this spot. We're watching the sunset right now. All of the clouds are turning pink. This is just a magical moment right now. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but one of my favorite things to do on these truck camping trips is just try my best to get myself into the present moment. And lots of times my favorite way of doing this is just by sitting down, looking, listening, observing, noticing, just bringing yourself into the present moment. My life recently has been so crazy with work, the van builds, trying to keep up on YouTube videos, and a whole bunch of other things that are just going on right now. So I'm trying my best to really be grateful and enjoy all of these calm and quiet moments. At the time of filming this video, it is just after summer solstice, or the longest day of the year. It's 9:30 right now. It is still very light out, and I'm super curious to see how long it stays that way. It's about 10 o'clock now and it is still light on the horizon. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I am pretty exhausted, but I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. What an insane place this is to wake up. I slept pretty well last night and woke up when it started to get light out and knew I had to force myself out of bed to go watch the sunrise. And wow, I was not disappointed. I'm not even kidding when I say this, but the back roll down window on these Sequoias has got to be one of the best features, because waking up at camp, rolling that window down, feeling the morning breeze, and just looking out to a view like this, that is pretty special. Because it's summer, I've been craving a lot of fresh fruit recently. So I got some fresh blackberries and we're gonna enjoy those with a view. Well, this spot has truly been unreal. So grateful for the opportunity to camp up here. I don't really know what my plan is for the rest of the day, but I kind of like the idea of trying to find a lake. So I just made my way into a small town called Oak Ridge, mostly because I had to save my streak on TikTok with my brother. But while I was driving through the city, I noticed all of these truck campers and vans off the side of the road. Decided to go check it out and found this little rest area with all of these people parked up. I'm pretty sure it's mostly people on their way to Overland Expo in Bend, Oregon this weekend.
We got truck campers, we got vans, and I'm guessing most of them are headed that direction.
I've got a little bit of work to do, and instead of editing and doing some work at home, figured I could edit by the river. I haven't really done much mobile working or editing, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it more, because if I can, that means I can just spend more time at places like this, and I'm not necessarily tied to my home to be able to edit. So today we've got the computer set up here. I'm just using my drawer as a little desk. Got the Jackery to help power and keep my computer alive, and we're gonna see how this goes. Lovely spot to spend the day and get some editing in, but let's see if we can go find a spot to camp for the night. Thinking of trying to find a lake. So many vans, so many truck campers, so many people probably on their way to the expo. It has been a long time since I've brought the hammock out on a truck camping trip, but it feels so good to set this thing up again. I wasn't really planning on camping 2 nights, so I didn't bring a ton of food, but I do have an extra box of mac and cheese. So I think we'll do that for tonight because it's the only option. actually kind of cold and windy out here right now. And normally I don't like camping when it's super windy, but tonight I am not complaining because when I first got here there were a bunch of mosquitoes, and now that this wind has picked up, the mosquitoes have kind of gone away. So I'm almost hoping that it stays windy throughout the night. After dinner, I spent most of my evening in the hammock by the lake, just taking everything in. I found I didn't have much to say. My focus instead had shifted to listening and observing. I noticed my thoughts slowing down and my mind's clearing. I was in the moment, not thinking about the past or worrying about the future, just fully present. What a beautiful night it's been out here. The sun just went down now, and I'm just feeling so grateful to have made it through the entire night with basically no mosquitoes. I'm feeling pretty tired tonight, so I'm gonna jump in the Sequoia here soon, watch a TV show, and get ready for bed. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning.
Oh Lord. Well, apparently the bugs found the string lights, and they like the string lights. And now the roof of my Sequoia is just covered. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna turn the lights off and just hide underneath my blankets and pretend I didn't see any of that on the ceiling. That is crazy.
Because of how busy I am, most of my trips only end up being one night, and unfortunately, that's usually all I have time for. But I think one of my big hopes with the van build is that it will allow me to spend more time in the places I love. If I can edit and keep up on YouTube videos on the road, there's nothing tying me down to the city. And why would I want to edit in a small, tiny room when I can do the exact same thing sitting by a lake? I'm really interested in exploring the idea of part-time van life. A few days in the city for work, followed by a few days with the van, traveling on the road. Some schedule and routine with my main job, but also adventure and meaning when traveling with the van. And to me, that sounds like the perfect balance. Well, I think that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy coming along with me on these adventures as I figure out what the heck I'm doing with my life. If you're interested in supporting the channel though, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It's completely free and your support means so much to me. Stay tuned, there is so much more content coming soon, both with the van build, but also more solo camping adventures with the Sequoia. Thank you all so much for watching this one, and I will catch you guys in the next one.